So here's a question for you guys, right? I got a question for you guys. I know it sounds like a simple question, but put some but it's really not. There's a little complexity to it.
Your little system you got going on.
So many yellows in here.
It's called roots. Roots at the table.
Right.
What
Team
controls what controls the person you end up with? Your heart, your mind, which is your logic, or social pressures? Like, how do you end up? Because there are people that end up in great relationships. And Aaron and I were just having this debate earlier. Aaron is a very logical. She approaches relationship from a logical standpoint.
She's already married. She's off
so
the topic for the conversation.
First. So when it comes to being like you said it a few times. You say you pour into the person, and I don't want to quote, but you might have said something like you hope they're the right person, right?
Yeah.
What are you leading with? Are you leading with your heart? Are you leading with your mind? What are you leading with? Because men.
I'm gonna tell you, look,
all the
guidelines.
9 times out of 10, a man is leading with his mind first. You could date 10 people, right? And you could just magically fall for one. You gotta hope she's the right one. You can pick who you date. You don't pick who you fall for. You can just fall and be like, how the fuck I end up loving this bitch? You have no idea.
Absolutely.
It can just happen. You can fall for the wrong person and have mad options. You can choose who you date. You don't fall for who you actually have a real, genuine connection with. So you might lead with your mind first, but then your heart gets in the way and starts fucking things up.
But you control that space. As
I've got emotions get involved, then like logic and emotion. I always say logic and emotion don't live in the same house.
I think you can control. You could definitely control your dynamic and who gets into that realm of being chosen. So
let's say you have 10 to choose from, but you can fall for one. You gotta hope.
Maybe for women, not for men. A man could have 50 girls after him, morning, noon, and night, and then one day he just wakes up,
just like one, like how that happened?
And then it just it's like a trigger, like it just
y'all
it's
are
weird.
so fucking weird.
I just said it's weird.
Some women just know how to do it.
Mad chicks and be like, how'd I end up liking this one? I have no idea.
All your options is with you.
Fall for who you fall for.
She just went like this and turned it on.
But disclaimer.
I can tell you like on paper.
Disclaimer, because I come from the society of a wifey society, and I just think some women just know how to get chosen when they want to get chosen. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact. Yeah,
some know how to be a wife.
I feel like you ever just meet those girls that just like, I've never been a side bitch and I've never experienced having to compete for somebody's time or somebody's love or somebody's attention. Like once he sets eyes on me and I open the floodgates of attention and entertaining you, you know not to fuck it up.
The question is that do you contribute that to this good energy, or is that like a skill set and a talent?
I think it's a lot of bit. I think it's a lot of bit of both.
I learned how to do that.
It's magic energy. Trick.
It's magic. It's
a little bit of science, a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of like pouring like the peroxide and the this and not combusting. Like I done tried it a couple of times, so I know like this doesn't work. Like I know I know certain things about myself as a woman, right?
You drink the love potion.
I've dated guys that I've had certain traits and characteristics about myself that shorten the term of the relationship. So now when I get with this other guy, he's not the same guy, and of course he likes different things, but I also know like these are triggering points for the opposite sex.
Right, I get you.
And so if I don't want to trigger him, I won't do these certain behaviors.
But are you being your true self in that space?
I think I'm being you're being your true self, because if you plan to be in a relationship, a successful one with anybody, you are going to mold yourself to be the best person that you can be in that relationship and for yourself. It's not just about you anymore when you decide to be in a relationship. That's why when women be like, I'm independent, but you got a whole man, you're not independent anymore. You're codependent. What do you mean?
Some women still
interdependent.
Some women still move single in a relationship.
You cannot be independent. The word independent is by myself. So automatically you eliminate yourself from that category because you are not by yourself. You are not independent. You have things that belong to you and only you, but you are not independent anymore. You have a good
mentality because so many women move with that independent, singlish mentality.
And that's why they single.
In a relationship and they be fucking it up.
But then you got
that's just being hyper dependent when, the kind of woman that you're talking about. But being independent doesn't mean that if you get in a relationship, you're automatically not independent. Just saying, because a woman still has to do for herself, even in a relationship, no matter what her, now spouse may be doing for them or for doing for her singly, she still does for herself. This being in a relationship does not take away her
keeping
her independence.
Keeping your identity is one thing.
Okay.
Having independence is another conversation. When you get into a relationship, of course, you need to keep your own individuality is the better word. Individuality is having your own sports, having your own things that make you happy, making your own money to be able to do the things that you like to do without having to ask your man for anything. But you're not independent anymore. You're contradicting what the actual meaning is. And it's like, how are you with somebody and you're independent? You can be maybe independent in certain sectors of your lifestyle,
Right.
but the overall, because we're talking about the overall, you are not independent anymore.
Okay, but you also said that being in a relationship makes you codependent, and that is
Maybe using the word codependency is
There's a
probably
codependency in there.
well, no, yeah, but
Emotionally,
in a
somewhat.
healthy
Leave on yourself.
relationship, but not in a toxic way.
Yeah, because if you
where-
say
You see what I
codependent,
mean?
Yeah.
that's just like that woman can't move without that man. That woman can't do nothing. 'cause
No,
that's
no,
being codependent.
no, but
on
Are you
codependent-
talking about
what I-
financially or emotionally? What do you mean?
Either or.
Because this-
Yeah,
Neither, but okay.
anything.
So I hate to like go there with your age, right? But when you live a little longer and you're in these long-term relationships, the codependent that I'm talking about is you are no longer thinking for self. I'm gonna be honest. Every move you make now, it affects your family. It affects your lifestyle. It affects everything you do. Everything. Every move you make now, you are no longer. If I take this job, if I befriend these people, like even down to your friends, I'm befriending this girl that's consuming more time of me than me spending it with my family now. So my man may feel some type of way now because I'm spending more time at Tisha's house. The friends you choose, the jobs you take, the clothes you wear, you're no longer by yourself. Everything you do affects your household, affects your family. And so if you are not moving that way and thinking that it's not just me anymore.
So I think what you're trying to say is you're interdependent and not
Interdependent. I think,
yeah,
okay.
okay. So I think you're saying you're saying interdependence and not codependent. So
Right.
I think that's what.
So
you're trying
it's
to say.
still
Combining the two
stands on
forces.
my point of
You're still not
saying
independent,
you're
though.
still not independent.
You're
that's
interdependent.
my point.
You're still not independent.
Still not
but-
independent.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Like, you're being
Interdependent is a type of codependency.
Well, no, it's not a
No, I
type
don't
of
think it's
codependency.
codependency.
It's not a type of codependency.
Okay, all right. I was reaching.
It's
Should I put my arm down?
Just a little bit.
All right.
It's kind of in the same house. I know what
But
he's trying to say, though. It's kind of the
exactly-
same house.
But it's exactly
they're neighbors.
what
Definitely.
you just said.
Yeah.
You defined it perfectly, and I
That's a
think
fact.
what you're defining is being interdependent.
But you know what the crazy thing is? Whenever we hear things like this, then you got the pick me shamers, right?
Right.
And that's what I feel like those are the worst people. Like, oh, she's
Explain.
like the girl that be like, oh, she's a pick me. No, she just knows how to win. She knows how to win that man. She knows what the man is asking for, and she might be receptive to it. So because it's the same thing. Like, you know, like people try to compare a simp to a pick me, right? But there's a difference between being a simp and caring for your woman.
That's a fact.
Right? And when a woman is now catering to the man's needs, it's, oh, she's a pick me. So now it makes girls be like, I'm not a pick me. I don't want to be a pick me. I don't want to be labeled or looked at as a pick me because now I all of a sudden don't feel like I'm with the rest of the women pack.
Well, pick me.
That's funny.
Like, who don't want to be picked?
I always had this question.
Did y'all play
No, but hold on,
dodgeball or
listen,
kickball?
Hold on, I think that pick me actually insinuates that, in my opinion, that the woman is doing something
Not for herself.
exactly. It's
Right.
not. It's
Being
not for her.
authentic.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
she's
for
interdependent.
herself.
She's saying,
She really doesn't want to do it. She's only doing it for what's on the other side.
Right,
of
right,
doing
right,
it.
right. I get you.
This
You
is
know,
not who
she-
she is.
She really don't even believe the shit she doing.
Right.
so what's the difference with people?
Guys,
Sorry,
she's
Aaron.
she's literally just doing it. That's a pick me. I think somebody who's just being picked is like, okay, let me make myself the most attractive that I can for the type of man that I can. And when I say attractive, it's not just looks, it's personality, it's how you move, it's what your career is, it's how dumb you are or smart you are. Like, it's what your interests are. You know, like,
A conversation.
yeah, you have
Right.
to put yourself, just like a job interview, you have to put yourself in the best position to be with the type of person that you want. Like,
Right.
I'm sure we can all go get a Walmart job, you know, as a checker, right? But we can't all go be the CEO of Chase.
Yeah,
you
but
know? So you have to put yourself in the
In the running.
for that particular like position.
which is not wrong though, because that's what we're literally programmed to do.
No,
Yeah,
I
but-
think
but
what
too
Aaron
many-
is saying is when you're
You
a
know what I'm
pick
saying?
me, it's
Guys,
not sustainable. It's
No,
not.
I
What?
want to go with what I want to go with what Aaron said. I'm sorry, Marie. I want to go with what Aaron said, and I really want to go with what Rico said. Everybody's kind of saying. Now this is gonna be very taboo. No. But I want to put it in order. But it's very. This is gonna sound very, very taboo. But I gotta use it as an example. You guys know natural medicine years ago healed people, and people lived long, and they were fine.
Right.
Then came in medicine to fuck the whole shit up.
Facts.
Right? Trying to go somewhere.
Ain't no wells.
You guys don't have to. I'm not. Right?
I mean, they wasn't killing cancer with it, but okay.
Natural.
Could.
Actually,
orders-
they were.
No, they
could,
weren't.
yeah.
No, they wasn't curing it because it probably didn't even
Thank you.
exist.
Thank you.
Right?
I talked
So,
to Dr. Holistic. I'll send you the article.
Oh
What,
my
what, I- what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is
Yeah.
that
That mine is
He's a
a
pharmacist.
lot of behaviors. This is the real question. This is a real question.
Mhm.
A lot of behaviors that become labeled codependency, pick me's, this, that, are probably more responsible for fucking up relationships because they're labeled.
Mhm.
Because people don't even want to do what comes natural to them no more. Like, it may come natural to me to pick you up. It may come natural to me to open your door. It may come natural to
Actually, a
me
good point.
to tell you, hey, listen, yo, I'm
Yup.
really feeling you.
Yep.
Right.
I can't even
That's
do
just
what
how I
comes
am. That is
natural
just my
more,
personality.
Because if
Labels.
I go tell you I'm
Yup.
feeling you, I'm a simp, so I'm already labeled.
Thirsty. All
I'm
that stuff,
thirsty.
yeah.
If I text you, good morning, how'd you sleep last night? I had this dream, and it made me think about you.
This is New York.
Oh,
Get the fuck out.
What does that mean?
Move the fuck back.
Nah, it's a song.
Oh,
Yo.
You ain't welcome here no more.
so let's connect.
Yo.
I really want to hear what you guys got to say about that. I can't do what's natural no more, so I got to live off of Tylenol. I got to live off of Prozac. I got to live off the pharmaceuticals because natural has gone away. So now I got to play games. If you do something, yo, what's your body count? Right? What's this or that? Or what's that? So it's almost like nobody could do what's normal no more. Like you said, if you're normal,
You're weird. But let me say something. One, I mean, modern medicine is the biggest business in the country, so that's already a scam. Holistic is the way to go. It's going. That's a whole other topic. Let me just throw it out.
Single women have become the biggest money makers in the country.
Is a single what?
If a single woman earns more revenue in the country than anything else,
Yeah,
right?
because she ain't got nothing else to
She ain't got
focus
nothing else to
on
do,
but
yeah.
masturbating and going to work.
She gonna make more money and
no,
spend
just
more
because
money.
you single don't mean you ain't got dudes. Come on now.
I'm just
But
saying.
you probably spend more money
Nothing
economically.
else.
You might have more time to make
They
it.
got
too.
escorts, gigolos.
But nah,
I'm
but
just saying.
I think labels
Or
do,
males who will fuck for free, which is most of them.
Well, y'all good
All the
taxpayers.
Rasta.
It's not for free. It's for the flight.
Pasta and pasta.
Yeah, I know the price is up.
It's up. It's up.
Okay.
What Fat Joe said?
To
Nah,
the-